What's up, y'all? I am excited today to review this Maono microphone. It is a USB XLR podcast dynamic microphone, which is great for people who just want to plug it straight into their computer, or if people want to use an XLR connection, it works that way too. I am going to be reviewing the USB-C connection audio quality for this one. Let's open this up and see what this looks like. So we're gonna remove the sleeve. I like the packaging. I love this yellow goldish color. It's one of my favorite colors, especially for boxes. They got me there. Got a little user manual as soon as you open it up. Foam pad here. We have the USB-C connector. It also has an option to connect using a USB-A connection here. But you can also use USB-C to USB-C. Also comes here with an adapter here. This is the microphone. Okay, I like how the microphone feels. It's not too heavy, it's not too light, so it's kind of in the middle. The shock mount and all of this feels kind of cheap, so that would be my only con of this so far. I don't really care about that much, but I know some people do. That's all in the actual packaging, so it's very simple. I have here a boom arm, which I am going to connect this to. Even with this, it's not gonna go anywhere, as you can see. Luckily, I have another adapter. One of the main reasons why I chose this microphone was actually because it comes with its own software. I wanted to actually give that a try and see how it works. So, all right. I plugged it in. You can see it lights up immediately. All right, so we got the white color. I'm gonna press the color button and see what happens. All right, we got yellow. All right, we got red, orange, yellow. Ooh, I like yellow. Green. Oh, green always makes me feel good too. Green. Okay, we got light blue. Got like more indigo blue here. Pink. And then lastly, RGB. Let's keep it at this RGB for now because I think it looks very nice. On the top of the microphone, there is a mute and unmute button. There is a volume knob. It can be a knob for gain or headphone, depending on if you press this button here. In the back, we have a headphone jack, a button control the RGB lighting on the mic, and then we have our USB-C port, and then of course our XLR port. Obviously the boom arm lets me move the microphone however I want, but even without moving the boom arm, I have a lot of flexibility just with this shock mount and mount it came with. If I undo this, you can see I can change the angle here. I can tilt up and down, and then of course you can swivel this way or this way as well. So a lot of flexibility there. And if you don't know what the difference between a dynamic and a condenser microphone is, to put it into little kid language, a dynamic microphone is going to pick up a lot less background noise and it's only going to pick up what is directly in front of the mic. But a condenser microphone is going to pick up a lot more background noise, but at the same time it's going to give you flexibility because that means you don't have to always keep your mouth really close to the mic. You can actually speak a little ways off and the mic will still be able to pick up the audio. So usually podcasters, gamers tend to use dynamic mics because they don't want to pick up, other noises and whatnot. But again, you can kind of get around that using EQ and software and stuff like that. But we want to make our lives simple, right? So anyway, without further ado, let's just get into it and test this mic out. This is just purely the microphone right out the box.
Testing 1, 2, 3. There are 3 penguins in Antarctica that refuse to take the medicine given by the Eskimos because the Eskimos are known to have worked with the killer whales at some point in the early 20th century. So this is the same audio from the same microphone, of course, but this time we did a little bit of editing, a little bit of compression, normalization, noise reduction, EQ in Audacity, and hopefully this microphone is sounding a little bit better. Of course, everyone has their own preferences, so this might sound a little bit too trebly or bassy for some, but this is just to show you what the microphone can potentially sound like with a little editing in Audacity.
Alrighty, now we're going to do a test using the Maono software. So we're going to play around with this so you can just see the difference in audio qualities.
Right now we are speaking in the natural, yada, yada, yada. Yada, yada, yada. This is what the natural setting sounds like. We're going to switch over to the original settings. Okay, now we are in the original settings, and this is what the original setting sounds like. All right, now we're going to go to the deep. All right, this is the deep setting. The deep setting in the little application that is very silly and I like to use. we are going to now click on the legacy setting. I have no idea what the legacy setting sounds like, but I am hoping it sounds like it is leaving a legacy because it sounds epic. Anyway, that's what the legacy setting sounds like. Now we're going to go over to the advanced tab, which is going to give us a lot more options. We have the option to use a limiter, a compressor, and even a denoiser. So this noise option wasn't here. I just updated the program and it popped up here. So that is pretty fantastic. So let's see what happens when I put the noise reduction on here. So I'm just gonna slide this back and forth and see what happens. So I'm gonna keep talking. So testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. The fox jumped over the green fence. 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 And now I'm going to turn it off. The fox jumped over the green fence. Limiter. The fox jumped over the green fence. 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 All right, let's turn on the compressor. The fox jumped over the green fence. 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 That's the compressor. All right, let's try these different EQ options. We got flat right now. The fox jumped over the green fence because he wanted some grapes. The fox jumped over the grapes because he wanted to get a red owl for a pet. Presence boost. The fox was overwhelmed by the sheer number of goblins coming down the hill. All right, we got HPF and presence boost. The orc thought the goblin was his best friend, but turns out he double-crossed him in a game of tic-tac-toe. From there, we actually have a lot more settings if you click on custom here. And we have a standard and advanced. Okay, so I've seen how playing with these settings can really give some cool effects. I'm just going to play around with some of these levels and you just tell me what they do. So I'm just going to keep speaking. So the fox jumped over the red box because he was very lonely and was looking for a friend to play with in the warehouse. But because he was a little bit inept at dealing with social anxiety, he thought that the orcs coming from the different vicinity in the Las Vegas branch was going to be his ticket to the good life. Yet, according to the calculations of the mole rat, he wasn't able to figure out the complex calculations that led to the very inevitable demise of the social construct we call life inevitable in the fairy tale. Hopefully this kind of gave a good idea of what this program can do. Overall, I'm very happy with this microphone, and I really do like this program here. One thing to note is that if you exit, it exits out and pretty much turns off the settings. So if you do want to use these settings here, you're gonna just have to minimize or just keep this open on another monitor or whatnot. So, all right, so overall, do I recommend this microphone? In terms of the way it looks, in terms of the way it feels, in terms of the software, everything. Overall, I definitely do recommend it, especially for the price. It's a good option that works. I'm sure you'll be happy with other mics in the same price point, but you're just gonna have to make a decision in the end which one you want. And I think if you go with this Maono mic, you are definitely not gonna regret it. I do like that it comes with the shock mount as well. So if you wanna try out the mic for yourself, I do have a link with a discount code as well as the Amazon link. So whichever you're more comfortable with, you can get the mic from there. I do get a small commission. It really helps me and the channel out. But as always, I'll never promote something that I don't actually use or have used or would actually recommend people get. So yeah, me personally, I am very happy with this microphone. So I feel very comfortable with reviewing this and promoting it. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. I hope to see you on the next one. And until then, stay vigilant, Koopas.